Hi, I'm Dr. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and Mars, Venus on a Date, and Mars, Venus in the Bedroom. Three of my most popular books out of 23. And I'm very excited to be working with Events and Adventures because so many single people love this insight and need it, because today the world has changed. Our roles at work, at home have all changed. The roles in dating have changed. And having an extra insight in how men and women are different is very helpful in finding the right person for you to share your life with. How to find love in this new era is a new challenge. I'm excited about Events and Adventures because it brings people together. But even when we're together, we need to have new skills for relating and understanding each other. In my work over 35 years, dealing with the many questions that single people have, I've discovered there's about 5 significant stages of dating, sort of portals or passages that we go through that are almost predictable. They happen at different times, sometimes faster, sometimes slower. But at every stage, there's challenges that we have to overcome. And by having a greater understanding of this, we know what to expect and we know how to deal with it. We need to know how to overcome those challenges. So let's start out with the first one, which is attraction. Attraction is you just have to find people and discover whether you're attracted to them and understand the right kind of attraction versus the wrong kind of attraction. Sometimes for women, when they feel a strong sexual attraction right away, it's the wrong guy. Yet for a man, if he feels a strong sexual attraction right away, sometimes it's the right woman. So a lot of our past experience will dictate this to us, but to point it out makes a difference, because often women are first attracted in their mind. They admire a man, they're interested in a man, they're curious. Then it goes to their heart where they feel affection. Then it goes down south where they feel the sexual attraction. Now that can sometimes happen right away, but what men need to understand is it takes a while sometimes for that occur to a woman. So dating can take a little while before you get to the sex part. Now, the flip side of this is when a man was coming on strong sexually to a woman, she might misinterpret that means he wants a relationship with her. It doesn't mean that at all, because that energy, which is down south, hasn't yet gotten to his heart where he knows if he really feels, where he feels true affection for you, or he's even interested in having a relationship. And clearly, you have to give it time if you're looking for a long-term relationship. So the wisdom of that, understanding some of those pitfalls of the first stage of attraction, healthy attraction versus unhealthy attraction, and also how to find that right person. Well, the fact that you've come to Events and Adventures, you're lucky, because you'll certainly find different people. And the key thing is to realize, again, some of the challenges and obstacles. Often when people are dating, they go, what do we have in common? What do we have in common? And it's exciting to feel things that we have in common. But actually, chemistry happens when people are different. And we can have different interests. And when people are different, then we feel greater attraction. So relationship is based on shared values, but also differences, because it's the differences that make us attracted to each other, like two opposite poles on a magnet being attracted to each other. So that's stage 1, attraction. And there's many other challenges we can go into in my books, as you'll see. The stage 2 is once you're feeling really attracted and some person seems to rise to the top as the person you're most attracted to, you're starting to get interested in having a serious relationship with them. Stage 2 happens at that point and doubts come up. Doubts are our biggest obstacle. And the biggest obstacle to doubts is that we need to doubt our doubts. Is that people think if I have doubts, then this person must be the wrong person for me. No, they could be the right person. It's a natural part of the process of exploring and discovering who's right for us to doubt. So don't worry if you're doubting. It doesn't mean that that's the wrong person for you. It means they may be the wrong person or they may be the right person. So the key here is don't take dating so seriously. Otherwise, your doubts will come up too strongly and stop you. If you were shopping for a house, you're going to be very critical of the houses you look at. But if you were to come to my house and you weren't shopping for a house, you'd look at all the good things. So when we're looking for the perfect person, we'll often become overly critical. Instead, when you're dating, look for a series of positive dating experiences. Don't be in a hurry to figure out if this is the right person. In a sense, find out, are you having a good time, and do what you can to feel good and comfortable. That's what you want as a basis for going further. Some of the pitfalls with doubting is that when women start to doubt, they start asking too many questions of men. That can push them away. Often when men are doubting, the grass on the other side of the fence always looks greener. By the time you're getting to your 30s, you've had that experience many times where this is the perfect woman and then suddenly she's not and that woman looks like it. So this is a tendency inside of men, and this is when they get too preoccupied with relationship. What happens is this natural rhythm of relating where you connect and then you pull away and you connect and you pull away. When you're pulling away, it always looks like the grass is greener. So don't take that so seriously, but give your relationship a chance where you bond more and more, because attraction and bonding increases as you feel strong attraction, and then you're not that interested. And in your strong attraction, then you're not that interested. There's a bond that starts building up. So at those times when you feel less attraction, just don't spend time together. Engage in other activities other than personal romantic type relationships. Instead, do your work, have your friends, until you're missing your partner, a few days pass, and then you want to spend time with her again. So this is building the attraction, the bonding, to see if it can be sustained. At a certain point, you wake up and you're moving into stage 3. You go, yes, she's the one. She goes, yes, he's the one. That's stage 3, which is commitment, monogamy, exclusivity. Those all meaning the same thing, is that now you're being with one person. You're not pursuing other people. You're not open to other people. You're going to give this a chance. It's a serious relationship to some extent. And you're not saying, I'm going to marry you. Remember that. We're not saying I'm going to marry you, but I want to pursue this deeper. At that point, there's new challenges that come up. One of the first challenges is women think that, can just assume that if he's had sex with you, that you're in a committed relationship. He may be still in stage 1, dating around, and he had sex with you, but you're thinking, oh, you're already in a committed relationship. You're not in an exclusive sexual committed relationship until both of you say you are. Just keep that in mind. And don't get upset with somebody if they end up doing something when you think they're exclusive and they haven't said they are. So that's one of the obstacles. There's bigger obstacles that come up, because once you really feel comfortable with someone, there's a challenge that comes up. Men often become very comfortable. Suddenly they have less energy for the relationship. They become sedentary and they don't do as much. And women start doing more. They feel like, oh, what's happening? I'll do more and give more and give more, thinking if you give more, you'll get more. The reality is, whenever you give more to a man, you get less. It's a hard truth to know. When you give what you're getting, you'll always get more. Give what you're getting, you'll always get more, because when you're giving from a place of, oh, I'm getting so much support, I have so much appreciation in my heart, then you're giving freely without strings. But as soon as you start giving more than you're getting, it's very hard to give without thinking, hey, what am I getting back? As soon as you start having that thought, hey, what am I getting back? That means you're giving too much, you're putting too much in this relationship, and you need to find balance in your life by having other friendships and other sources of support in your life, so that you're not looking to this person for everything. Because that's one of the challenges when you get a committed relationship. Women are often saying, yes, my girlfriend never calls me anymore. She cuts off all her relationships and focuses just on this guy. That's a death sentence. So you don't want to do that. And for men, you want to make sure that you don't do the same thing. Men can just get absorbed in the relationship, become content, and you need to continue having your friendships, your work. Don't spend all your energy into that relationship, or don't take her for granted. That's also one of the big challenges for men. It's just, suddenly you go, okay, I won the prize, now I can sit back and enjoy it. No, you have to keep the dating process going. Even if you're living together at that point, you got to keep the dating process going where you're scheduling dates. When there were other men competing, you had to schedule dates. When there's no men competing, you think, hey, let's wait till the last minute and be spontaneous. Spontaneous is good sometimes, but women really appreciate being able to plan something, to look forward to something, an event, an adventure, whatever, going forward like that. These special occasions help bring out the best in both men and women. So those are a few of the challenges I explore in my books. Now we get to stage 4, intimacy. It's another passage. This is where you've really seen the best of both of you. This is where now other parts of you start to come up. This is where your challenged part of you comes up. And that's where true intimacy occurs. It's where people really feel let down their guard. Then they'll say things that maybe they wouldn't say in the beginning. Things pop out, some of their selfishness, some of their negativity, some of that pops up. How can you get beyond that? You need a good foundation before that stuff pops up, because it does start to pop up, where people start to merge so much then they have to start pulling away. And the way they pull away is often uncomfortable. Ironically, in the stage of intimacy, you're bonding so much, and there's a tendency for men to lose themselves in that, and then they want to start setting their boundaries and define themselves. And men have to learn to do that in a way that doesn't reject the woman. Vice versa, women will feel him pulling away, and she has to learn to not resist that process, because if she resists it, she tends to push him away faster. So learning how to communicate on a deeper level, a more authentic level, a sharing level, revealing parts of you that you wouldn't normally share and just with anybody. And we have to learn how to be very respectful at those times. These are times where women might become very emotional, and men have to learn how to listen and not try to fix her, correct her, dismiss her, or argue with her at those times. These are very delicate times that build trust, that a woman feels safe, that she can be herself. And then we get from the stage of intimacy, one day you wake up and you realize this is the person I want to share my life with. How do you know? You wake up and you just know it. And when they know it. And that's after, then you have proposal, and there's all these wonderful ways to make the proposal, to get married, but you have the engagement stage. So this is the next stage, which is engagement. Don't rush through engagement to get married. There's many benefits of that process. And then, of course, once you get married, then there's my other books, Mars, Venus, Together Forever, and that's another journey to explore together. So along that journey, I suggest as well that you read my book, Mars, Venus in the Bedroom, because it's great insights for great sex, because often we don't realize all the subtleties of how men and women are different, what we like, what we don't like, and so forth. So it's very exciting for me to share some of these ideas with you. I encourage you to participate in my workshops, my seminars, the events and adventures. This is the way we can all grow and improve our relationships.